Why did I say this? Israel Israel is standing in the danger of hellfire. Israel is standing in the midst of eternal destruction. All who take on a law of democracy. There's peoples in Iraq is standing in the danger of eternal destruction. All who take on the law of democracy. There are peoples in Afghanistan who standing in the danger of hellfire. All who taken on the law of democracy. There's peoples in Saudi Arabia, Ethiopia, Egypt, Libya, Iran, who seek to serve another God, another law called democracy, other than the law of Moses. They're standing in the danger of hellfire, and the reason I am telling you this because God sent it through His Son Jesus, and Jesus signified His angels, giving it to me because I am the messenger of the covenant, preparing the way for the return of Jesus Christ to tell you these things that God have appointed a time set appointed for all, for judgment and all sin to be completed. He has sent me here, and He will not stay His hand when He continues to do these things. But I say these things here is written in Scripture. God told you what He would do. He revealed through revelations throughout Bible prophecy what will come at this time. All the things that would come upon us at this time. We saw the destruction in Haiti. We seen the other night the speech, 1 year speech of the President of the United States of America. We see these things happen before us. His first State of the Union speech after he had became, but we see these things, we don't understand what they are, what the significance of these things. Let me tell you what they are. They are the handwritings of God upon the wall, which have been written on the wall, and we see them each and every day throughout the history of Bible prophecy. But yet we do not listen and comprehend what He's saying to us. It's clear. He speaks these things to us, and He repeats over and over again, speaking the same thing we do not understand. Let me put my child back up here a little bit. We're about to calm down here because I guess it's long overdue. Sorry about this. I know that it will hold itself. Let me put it in right. It should have it. Now, reason I had to go back to this. Let me stop right here. Let me read first. And show you something here. I want to show you something here. The reason I got this chapter. Daniel chapter 5. Belshazzar the king made a great feast. 3,000 of his lords and drank wine before the 1,000. Belshazzar, while he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple, which was in Jerusalem, that the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines might drink therein. Then they brought the golden vessels that were taken out of the temple of the house of God, which was at Jerusalem, And the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines drank in them. They drank wine and praised the gods of gold and of silver. That's wealth. So gold and silver is wealth. That is the image of the United States of America and the United Nations. And just keep this in mind. Oh, and brass. Brass is a military post. Iron is the military infrastructure, the vehicles of wood, great buildings and craftsmanship, and of stone, diamonds and pearls. In the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. Then the king's countenance was changed, and his thoughts troubled him, so that the joints of his loins were loosened, and his knees smote one against another. The king cried out to bring in the astrologers, Chaldees, and the soothsayers, and the king spake and said to the wise men of Babylon, whoso shall read the writing and show me the interpretation shall be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold about his neck, and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. Okay, let's stop right there. The handwriting. The son of Nebuchadnezzar began to drink out of the vessels that his father had taken when he conquered Judea. The vessels was a symbol symbolizing the 12 tribes of Israel. But that handwriting was on a wall was not only to Nebuchadnezzar's son. It was throughout. It was a symbol. It was a symbolic symbol throughout the generations of King Nebuchadnezzar, because King Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel chapter 2, Daniel told him that the vision that God gave him, God was going to make him the ruler of the whole earth. And since America and the CIA is descending from that prophecy out of Nebuchadnezzar, he was speaking to us concerning this same matter in time, upon which the United States will do the same likewise as his father have done before him. This was speaking to us that the handwriting still remain up on the wall as we see these things unfold themselves, which is Bible prophecy. But nobody have went in and interpreted these things, because they go and see what Nostradamus have said. They have confined themselves to false prophets and false preachers who preach and tell them lies and saying that pleases them, but not telling them the truth, that they may change from them way. But the handwriting is still on the wall, and it never have been erased. You go through the Bible prophecy and you look at the Bible prophecy throughout the Bible history, and you see the same writings that God gave the Nebuchadnezzar warning, his son warning that it will happen. It's coming to pass even today. But the handwriting never was erased, and it's still up on the wall. But there's nobody interpreted this, because they went by what Nostradamus have said. Well, let's go to this State of the Union speech. First State of the Union speech of the United States of America. We find today that the warning of God have spoken to the United States of America, but they don't see these things because they have closed their eyes. They don't want no prophet to prophesy the truth to them. They want somebody to lie so they can continue to live in a delusion. The task of destruction is upon us. The walls of destruction is closing in on us. We're in the midst of the judgment and the wrath of God. God is angry because no one have presented these things that America and their peoples will change. They